positive feedback, and so I got a lot of opinions, and I'm okay with that. By the way, if you have, an opinion, or you disagree with what I'm saying on these videos, you are more than welcome to drop a comment or leave a question. I'm okay with that. Does not bother me at all. And in fact, I like the interaction. So I hope you guys are having a great start to your day. We're going to get into this. And this is going to be one of my shorter videos, but I promise you, it's going to be impactful. I do know that a lot of the things that I say on this channel, I don't know, it's not said a lot. Could be ahead of its time. I'm starting to understand that because I'm not seeing anyone else teach it. I'm not saying that no one else teaches this. There are probably plenty of people who do. I'm just not aware of it. And the things that I say on this channel are based on my life experiences. So for example, when I say the first question you should ask yourself before you buy a house, by the way, I tell this to all my friends and family as well, even myself. Hey, the first question you should be asking before you say yes to buying a house is not how much is this house, how much are my monthly payments, what are the interest rates. No, the very first question you should be asking, based on what I've learned by buying a house the opposite way, by not asking this question and getting into a lot of trouble, the very first question I would ask from here on out, and I would advise you to ask, is how am I going to pay for this house? If you ask yourself that question and the answer that you come up with is my job or a paycheck from my job, then understand this. Understand that the only way that you know how to make money is with a paycheck, number one. Number two, understand that the mortgage you are about to agree to requires a paycheck for 30 years. Now you need a paycheck for the next 30 years, which means that you no longer control the next 30 years of your life financially, because a mortgage is one of the biggest, or probably the single biggest debt for anybody in this world, right? So I'm just throwing it out there so you guys can understand. Whether you agree or disagree, let me know. But that's what this channel is about, just giving you my perspective, right? So, but let's talk about 5 things. The 5 things, give it to you right off the top of my head. We're going to talk about 5 things that I believe. Now, I could do 10, I could do 15, I could probably do 20. But we're only going to talk about 5 today because this is a short video. So I'm going to give you 5 things that are 5 ideas that hopefully you can use that'll change your life when it comes to money. And none more important than the other. Just going to lay them out for you. All right. So first thing would be, we talked about it just now, kind of alluded to. So let's segue into it real quick. That's housing. Buying a house is one of the worst things you could do, financially speaking, especially if the house is paid for via a paycheck. So buying a house is a brutal financial decision if a paycheck or a job has to be involved in the equation, because the house requires, the mortgage, I should say, requires a 30-year payment. Well, if your payment system is paycheck, time for a paycheck on time, for trade time for money on a job to get a paycheck, then that's a dead end, because that job doesn't like you as much as you think they do, and you're not going to be there as long as you think you are. So you need to think about that. That's why I say the most important question is, how am I going to pay for this thing? So a house, one of your biggest expenses of your lifetime. And I know people are always like, it's a good investment, they always go up in value. No, they don't. They don't tend to always go up in value. Most of the time they do, probably, sure, especially in the, the past few years. Before the past few years, I should say, since like up to 2020, 2022, they have gone up in value. But if you look at the past 2-3 years, they have lost value. The crash is happening very, very slowly. Houses have come down 50, 60, 70, 100 grand. The reason you haven't felt it is because they were so overpriced in the first place. You can't even tell the difference anymore. So that's one. Number two, buying a car. Buying a car will put you in 5, 6, 7 years of terrible debt on a depreciating liability. Cars are probably 90% of cars will not appreciate, probably 99. They just don't appreciate. So unless you have a classic or something like that, but they don't typically appreciate because the miles work against them. So more miles, the less depreciation, right? I mean, the less appreciation. Well, the faster the depreciation, I should say. So cars don't tend to appreciate. Cars lose value very, very quickly. That's why I recommend, in most cases, never buy a brand new car. Buy one that's gently used, one that's a little older. You could, today it's the 26s are out now. You could probably 26s soon. You could buy a 24 and be fine. So don't destroy your finances trying to buy a brand new car. It's just a debt system, a chain of handcuff of debt that's locked around your neck that's going to destroy your bank account. So with that being said, by the way, smash thumbs up, hit subscribe, welcome to the channel. Let's get into number 3, student loan debt. Student loan debt is a terrible, terrible financial, I don't even know what to call it. I can't call it handcuffs. It's like purgatory. So student loan debt is brutal on your finances. It's like purgatory until you leave this world. Student loan debt is probably as far as I know, it's the single most devastating debt that a person can have. You can't even file bankruptcy to get away from this thing. You can't even die away from this thing. So student loan debt, brutal. So many people get it. I contend that, schools should give refunds on these worthless degrees. I contend that whatever your degree is worth, that's what, whatever your job is worth, I should say, that's what your degree should be worth. So if you go to school and get a $80,000 degree and you're out there making $40,000 a year, realistically, how am I going to pay this back? But that's a tip of the hat to Obama, who, I think, if I'm not mistaken, his administration guaranteed that the government would essentially insure student loans, and the price went through the roof. I would have done the same thing. I know you guys are going to call it greed. I'm going to call it business. Price would have gone through the roof for me. Also, if the government would have insured my student loans or the student loans of the students at my university. They go through the roof. What? The taxpayer's going to pay it. That's what that means. When the government said, I got it, I got the tab, what they mean is the taxpayers. So if the government is in the bar and everybody's drinking, the government's like, hey, next round's on me. What the government is really saying, everybody in here going to pay for this. A little bit at a time, but everybody in here going to pay for this. And I ain't paying for it at all. So, slick talk. All right, is that 3? We did schools, we did houses, we did cars, brutal financial decisions that become mistakes for a lot of people. All right, that's 3. Let's see, because I'm doing this off the top of my head. Number 4, never have one source of income. If you ever have one source of income, that means and when it comes to money and paychecks and income, one is none. If you, by the way, smash thumbs up if you agree with any of this information, or if it helps you at all, let me know. If you have one source of income, you essentially have no income. One is none when it comes to income, because if you lose it, you lose everything. So how important is your paycheck? Well, let me ask you, when you get paid every pay period, what is your paycheck used to pay for? The answer is going to be everything. So if you lose your paycheck, what is left unpaid? Everything. That's why I say you can never rely on one source of income. You should always have a minimum of 3 sources. Yes, 3. I know some of you are sitting there going, Sean, it's hard enough just to get one. I know, but always be careful of the story you tell yourself. If you tell yourself that story, you're programming yourself to believe that. You're conditioning yourself to believe that you can't do it. Change the narrative. Tell yourself a different story. Yes, I understand that one source of income is dangerous. Yes, I can get multiple ones. Now, how do I go about doing it? See, those are better questions. The questions are the answers. So never have one source of income. So the last one's going to be very, very controversial. I'm going to spit it out anyway. I know you guys are going to go nuts in the comments, but I'm going to tell you anyway. So this is the last one. By the way, Thursday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, which is Texas time, Chicago time, I'm going to be teaching you how to use your phone to get paid, how to make money without having to go to work. I don't tell you to quit your job. I would never tell you that. I would say, hey, if your job is your only source of income, go ahead and keep it. But let's work on another source of income so that when you do lose your job, you'll still be able to take care of yourself. So imagine getting fired, getting laid off, getting whatever, furloughed or whatever they call it, and you don't have any money. You have a little money saved, you blow through that because you need it, it's an emergency, but you don't have income coming in, which is very dangerous. You don't want to live off paychecks, you want to live off cash flow, money coming in consistently. So if you want to learn how to do that, then what you need to do is put the word middleman in the comments below, or just click the link in the video description below. Get the free live training, learn how to make money without having to always go to work. So if that's something that sounds like something you would like to do, or at least like to learn, give it a shot, find out more about it, click the link, get into the free live training. I'm going to be teaching you, breaking down my blueprint. Super easy. I've been doing it since 2020. I don't have a job. I don't want one. I don't need one. This is all I do. In fact, we just built and built a brand new house using the Middleman Business. So I've been running mine for a few years, and we use it to buy a new house. We don't need jobs to do. So, but anyway, middleman in the comments if you want to learn how to do that. So, and if you do not get an invite, that means we're full, because I only take a certain amount of people, so move quickly. All right, last but not least, you ready? This is going to be controversy, and it's probably going to make a lot of you mad at me, right? And hey, blockchain, that's a good point. Since so I didn't get to drop it yet because I'm live, so I just went live because I'm running out of time. So after this video ends, you could click the link in the video description, or you could do it under any of my other videos, or just put the word middleman down below in the comments after the video ends, and you'll see it. So if you're watching it live, if you're not watching this live, just put middleman down there or click the link, it's already there. So last one, controversial, but just hear me out. Here it is. Brutal financial mistake that destroys your money and destroy your freedom. You ready? It's gonna shock you, because it shocked me. And I learned this the hard way. Don't save money, comma, just to save money. I have to say that all the way out so people don't go nuts in the comments. This guy's saying don't save money. I've always been taught to save money. Listen, don't save money just to save money. If you're going to save money, this video deserves a 20 minutes by itself. But if you're going to save money to invest to do what? Make more money. Your money in the bank should be doing one thing, making more money, or waiting for an assignment to make more money. If you park your money in the bank and leave it there, the only one who's going to benefit, the only ones I should say, would be the banks. The banks are going to benefit from it. The banks are the ones who are going to benefit from your money being in the bank. Why? Because the banks are going to use the money, like you should be doing, to make more money. The banks are the only ones who are going to win when you stack money in the bank. People always say, no, you're wrong, I got money in the bank. Okay, how much do you have in the bank? As an example, well, I have 10,000. Okay, gotcha. While that money sits in the bank, what does it do for you? They pay no interest. So what does it do for you? Oh, okay. So it gives you a sense of security. Okay, got you. Well, what if I told you it's not even in the bank? Would you feel secure then? Yeah, it's got to be in the bank. I put it in there. The banks hold it. What if I told you there's this thing called fractional reserve, and whenever you deposit 10,000, they can turn it into 100,000 credit. And fractional reserve means that they're not really supposed to keep your money, but since you don't understand banking, then you bring them free product to sell every month. Yes, banks sell what? Money. How do they sell that? In the form of a loan or a credit card, right? Interest rates is the price they charge for the money. So you're sitting there thinking your money is safe and secure. Your money is gone, honey. It's not even in the account. They've already used that to make more money. They've already pushed your money into a new direction to get paid. The bank is a business. My advice to you is to stop doing what they tell you to do and do what they do. They tell you to save money for emergencies or rainy days. Okay, gotcha. When was the last time you had a $10,000 emergency or rainy day? Hadn't happened, huh? I know. If you did, let's say you did have a $10,000 emergency, are there other ways you can pay for it? Sure, you can swipe a credit card, you can get a loan, you can borrow money, you can write a post-dated check. I don't know if people write checks now, or you can talk to a friend, you can do a bunch of things. Okay, gotcha. So if there's rarely a time that you have an emergency, number one. Number two, it's rarely that amount of money. And number three, even if it was, you get a bunch of time to be able to pay for it. It ain't always due the same day, right? Right. Okay, gotcha. The banks know that. Yeah, they know you would be their emergency coming to grab all your money. They know they trained you and programmed you so well that you're not coming back anytime soon. So they can do what? They can use your money because they know you're not coming back. They scared you to death. They've already told you there are emergencies or rainy days, so they know you won't be back anytime soon because you're going to try to save everything you can. So they got you. But I'm telling you how to get them. So they ungot you, all right? You don't want to be getting, so you got to be the gotter. So you won't get got, but you do the gotten, okay? And I know this is shocking a lot of you. Again, I'm not telling you do not save money. I'm just telling you, because there's nothing wrong with having a few bucks in the bank. I'm just telling you, don't stack money in the bank for the purpose of just stacking it in the bank. It does no good. I know you hate to believe that and hear this, but it does you no good. A better idea would be to get the money out of the bank, or at least some of it, and try to use it to do what? What I told you before, make more money. The purpose of money is what? Make more money and live off what? Cash flow, right? So learn to make more money, live off cash flow. Money coming in, even if it's not a lot, $5,000 a month, that might be enough money to pay your bills and give you freedom. What are you doing today? Whatever I want to do. I don't have to go to work. But you're not rich. I know, but I cash flow. My business, my middleman business or something else makes enough money to pay all my bills. So I don't need another job. Well, don't you stack money in the bank? You don't have to stack money in the bank if you have cash flow. I spend what's there. It comes back the next month. That's why I love what? Cash flow. So again, guys, just want to share it with you. I hope it blesses you. Keep my family in prayer. My little baby's she's not feeling great, so I'm about to pick her up. I'm here at the daycare. That's why I got to cut this video short. So she's got a little fever and she's puking, so I'm about to get baby girl Renly out of the daycare. And again, keep her in prayer. I don't think it's anything serious, but you never know with these daycares. So I want little baby Renly to be okay. She's almost 2. That's my baby girl. And I hope and pray that you and your family are healthy always. And thinking of that, I just want to say this. If I had to go to work in a 9 to 5, like I used to so many years, because I've only been free since 2020, just to be honest with you. But there's no way I would be able to just leave work as much as I do to pick these kids up. My son could have an issue, have to stay home. My daughter could have it. She's been picked up a lot. She fights, she bites. That's been an issue. Sometimes she's sick. But I just want to tell you, if I had to work a 9 to 5 consistently, there's no way I'd be able to just leave work as much as I do to pick these kids up. So you guys watch my videos, you know I go to schools, I go to daycares, pick the kids up. I just want to tell you, there's nothing better than being financially free. And I'm not rich. I don't make $1 million a year. I would love to, but my business doesn't do that. Right? But we do enough what? So that nobody has to go to work. So that me or my wife can pick these kids up and do whatever we want to do. I don't know what we're going to do today. Take her somewhere to cheer up. If you guys got any advice on how to make a kid feel better very quickly, a 2-year-old, I don't know. But we're going to get her and find out what's wrong. So hopefully we don't need a doctor's appointment today, but I'm going to go grab her and see how she's feeling. So we're going to do that. I want to do this video. That's why I did it very quickly and live while I was driving to get here. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed day. For those who want to change their lives, you know where to be. You know what to do. Put the word middleman in the comments or click the link in the video description. It's going to be there. Bitcoin. Was that Bitcoin Boss? It was something like that. It was a cool name. And I need to talk more about Bitcoin and investments too. So I need to start bringing people on because I'm not an expert. So I need to get people on here who know more than I do so we can start helping each other to make some money. That's all this channel about. Me helping you, you helping me. Us helping us, we helping we, I guess. All right, guys. Wonderful, blessed day. See you in the live training. And get to enjoy your day and get freedom. Look, we're not going to be here for long. Even if you live 100 years, it's not long. Try to enjoy your life. Don't work like a slave until you die for these paychecks. Stay out of this bad debt. Get financial freedom, get cash flow, and enjoy your life. Do what you want to do when you want to do it. There's no rule that says you have to work hard until you die. Don't worry about retirement. All that stuff is a scam. Work until you die. Yes, but work doing the things you love doing. That's the difference. I love teaching this. I love doing these videos. I love travel. I love fishing. I'm learning golf. That's work. Learning that stuff is work. I'll do that until I die, until I can't do it no more. I love that. I love teaching this. I'll do it until I can't do it no more. I love running my business. I'll do it until I can't do it anymore. Still work. I'm not talking about retirement. I'm not interested in retirement. I should put that on here as a bonus. Stop worrying about retirement. Enjoy your life. Don't stress out dying early because you're thinking about how am I going to take care of myself when I retire. Get through the day. Don't worry about tomorrow. Get through the day. Be prepared for tomorrow, but don't stress about it. It's coming anyway, and it's not going to check with you to see if it's okay to show up. Nope, it's on its way. Tomorrow is already on the way. I guarantee it, and you can't stop it. So enjoy your day. Enjoy your life, okay? Don't work all your life. Somebody's going to buy your entire life from you. And one day you're going to wake up and realize you don't get to do this again. All right, I'll leave it at that. See you guys in training. Peace.